Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Spirit Medium, Laura Mediumship and Messages. Here you can enjoy healing to happiness with exceptional, evidential and ethical spirit communications. Spirit Medium Laura has been channeling spirit for over 30 years. She is a research medium and is featured as a top 100 psychic in America. Here is Spirit Medium Laura now.
Hi guys, it's me, Laura. I made it here today. And I didn't make it here on Wednesday, not due to any fault of my own, but actually the show didn't work. I don't know what happened with Blog Talk Radio, and Susie B, who's clearing the lines in the background, and I started to discuss perhaps leaving Blog Talk Radio. Who knows what's going to happen with that? Anyway, welcome to the show. And there is a website which describes what I'm about to say about the show, and that's spiritmediumtv.com. And there you'll find the following information. What the show is about. For the first 15 minutes or so, I'll be doing a focus subject and then a group channeled message. Then I will get into mediumship callers. I'll usually do a couple of other side connections. That means to loved ones in the spirit world. And then I will go to a mix of mediumship, messages about your own life, meditation perhaps, manifesting, maybe some healing, maybe medical intuitive intelligence. It depends, In other words, I do a mix at that point. So thank you for making your way here this evening. And as you might know, as you might be a spiritual person, if you never thought of it this way, everything has a meaning to it, right? So if you're here this evening, I'm sure there's some important reason for you to be here. Perhaps it's something I'm going to talk about. Maybe it'll come through in the channeled message. Maybe it'll just come through on the phone lines, either through reading for you or reading for somebody else. I can't always get to everybody that calls, so please forgive me. I have set up a donation system. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. I already have 2 people that made such a donation, and I've made note of that in the queue. And so if you do want to do that, since this evening does look fairly busy, you should do it now. Don't wait too long, because once I start doing the readings, I can't figure anything out. I'm in trance, everybody. Sometimes I have people donate it like 55 minutes into the hour of the show, and I'm like, I don't find out about it until the show's over. And if that does happen by chance, not to worry. I'll either call you after the show and give you a little mini reading, which I will record and send to you, or I will refund your money, depending on what you want to do. Now that money, that donation goes in part to help animals. So we do have a charity that we donate to for this show. So the first item on Spirit Medium TV, whoop, what does that mean? All of a sudden, that is interesting. Does anybody else hear that? Susie, do you hear that? All of a sudden I heard this ding, ding, ding in the background. Okay, I just love it when my train of thought is broken by such things, but it makes life interesting. I'm going to go back to the Blog Talk Radio studio right now, and I'm going to look in the chat room. Did anybody else hear that ding, 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 ding music? Anybody else hear that? Can people hear me talking? I need a yes, please. Somebody's writing. Wildflower Wind is typing something. Can you hear me, honey? That was a phone ringing. Yes, I guess it was, but why I heard it here, I'll never know. Anyway, you can hear me, so that means you can hear me. Good. All right, continuing along. So even I have a donation system, and it's item 3 on spiritmediumtv.com, so if you want to jump the queue, go there. I also have there, goody for you, a sale. So if you want a private session with me, you get 25% discount by going to spiritmediumtv.com and following the instructions at step 1. If you want to be in to win a private session with me and those people that generously gave me your mailing list this evening, just go to item, well, thank you, you'll be in to win. there's a monthly contest, and we're in May. It's a monthly contest. You're only competing with those people that joined my mailing list during the month during the month we're in, excuse me. That's spiritmediumtv.com. Item 2 explains that. Item 3 I already said, which is how to make a donation and jump to the top of the queue. And then item 4, I always save the best for last, everybody. Get ready, brace yourselves. Item 4 is a live video feed of the show, and it's me in front of a camera. You know, at one point I tried to make it so that I could actually interact with people and have you call in to a Google Hangout on air, which is what I'm using to do that. But unfortunately, no one could figure out, or let's put it this way, very few people that were calling into the show could figure it out. So I had to let that go. So the best of both worlds, I am marrying Blog Talk Radio with Google TV. And here you got it. I am now a producer of a TV show. You got to love it, right? You got to love it. Anyway, welcome to the show. So the focus subject, oh, there's one other thing. So if you go down the page a little bit, I have a whole bunch of articles of focus subjects. And today we have a focus subject on making decisions and gaining clarity. How do we do that using spiritual tools? So that's what I'm going to talk about in a moment. I also wanted to mention that me and Spirit have been busy and came up with a real goody treat for you. And that is an event called Third Eye Karma Blast Manifest. So that means that's a play on manifesting quickly, manifest. Third Eye Karma Blast Manifest. It's a clairvoyant healing to happiness event, which I would like to do on an ongoing basis, but it has some of the clairvoyant healing tools. It's Spirit's channel to me, as well as a technique which I find very, very useful when I see what that was all about. I'll tell you about in a moment, everybody. I find it very, very helpful to use this third eye manifesting technique. So it's a combination of clearing systemic karmic blocks using some very advanced tools combined with some very advanced manifesting. So if you're having trouble, well, everybody does. I mean, we'll have trouble getting what we want in life. So it's for everybody, really. And it's using a medium's approach, a psychic medium's approach to manifesting, which can be very, very important for you. So what it is Patricia David. Oh, I love you, Patricia. You're so sweet. But you, thank you very much. She was trying to call me on a video call. I don't know what she did wrong, but Patricia David is a regular listener of the show and also somebody that I've worked with a lot. And everything that's happened ever with Patricia David has been absolutely fantastic. So, Carrie, I just got your donation, and I'm going to put you in the queue if I can find you. Hold on one moment. So we have now 4 donations. My goodness, tonight's getting to be wild. 401, I'm looking for that phone number. There it is. And your name is Carrie here, but it's Carrie there, so I must have misspelled it. Okay, hold on, honey. Thank you for the donation, Carrie. Is it Carrie or Carrie? Carrie. I spelled it wrong there, but now I get it. And then there's one other person. It looks like she's floating around somewhere else. Hold on, let me see what that's all about. That could be something else. Jackie. Wow, we have 5 donations. Let me go get Jackie, which is 215. I spoke to her before. It's unusual to have so many donations. Hold on one second, please. No, I'm sorry, Susie. You were talking to her and I closed you off. Go ahead and fix that, love. I'm so sorry. I'm looking for 215, which is Jackie. 215. I have to put you here because, oh, there she is. Somebody else put that in for me. Okay, great. So we have about 4 donations. So I better get chopping here, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is talk about the focus subject, which is, I call it clarity. I left it as making decisions on the spiritmediumtv.com, but clarity is what it ended up being in the article. This is how to gain clarity. You have like something that's bothering you. I did. I always use myself as the poster child or the guide into these subjects. So right now, lately, I've been haunted by something. what should I do? What should I do? And no matter what I do, including my, channeling my own guides who've been absolutely fantastic in my own life, I do get messages from my own self. But they gave me a little bit of a riddle today. Okay, so I thought they were going to answer my question. But you know what? Even though I tell all of you this great spiritual stuff, I am bad. I'm one of the bad ones, okay? And I know how you all feel, okay? When we're in a confusing situation, we don't want to know about spiritual stuff. We just want to know what's going to happen. Which is fortune telling, right? So I literally asked my guys to tell me what is going to happen so I know what to do now. Okay? And of course, and I didn't know, I didn't really even get it until like 2 hours later what was really happening. I looked over the whole thing. I couldn't understand why my spiritual guides were making this into some sort of a puzzle for me, like as if it were some sort of a hidden message I couldn't quite understand, but now I understand. So basically, I asked them, what would happen, and instead of them answering me and saying, well, this is definitely going to happen, so you definitely need to do that, instead they tell me, well, you need to look at the situation as if you are connected to everyone else. So what happens in that situation is really something that's happening. In other words, we're all connected. So make your decision of what you want to do based on the fact that we're all connected. In other words, do unto others as you want others to do unto yourself. So that didn't help me at all. Really, it didn't help me. So I'm thinking to myself, I tried, and then I still was back to square one. Like, yeah, but I really want to know what's going to happen. I did all that, but it didn't help. So then they said to me something else, which was really interesting, which it really lets me know this stuff is real, because I'm trying to get an answer in a way that I think the answer should come. But they gave me something completely different. What they said was, and I have to bring it up because I don't remember, it's up to you to gain clarity. Clarity is in the minds of the beholders, not the mind of spirit. In other words, perspective is everything. Again, I'm trying to get them to tell me what's going to happen, and they're telling me clarity is in the minds of the beholders, not in the mind of spirit. In other words, perspective is everything. Do not wait for others to do what you want them to do. Rather, take steps to make your own decisions, regardless of outcome. Clarity comes from decision, not from situation. It is up to us to tell you this, as you fail to believe that clarity comes from within, not without. So if any of you have been waiting for something to happen for you to make a decision, Spirit is saying that you need to make your decision and then you will get your clarity. So it sounds a little bit to me like a puzzle, okay, but that's what they're saying. So I have found that I have to always trust everything Spirit tells me, because they're always right, especially if I didn't expect that answer. I expected them to cooperate. Spirit. But there is something else you can do as well, and this will be part of the Third Eye Karma Blast Manifest series that I'll be doing, and that is learning Third Eye Manifesting, which is going into a slight trance by listening to a meditation audio. And by the way, all the steps I'm saying are in that article, which is linked on spiritmediumtv.com. So it's going into a trance and then giving an instruction, setting an intention for the universe to fulfill. Sort of like going into a restaurant and ordering your food, right? It's not any more complicated than that. The problem with manifesting is that most people are nervous and don't believe it will be done. If you could just simply know that if you set your intention very, very intensely by by accessing your third eye. It's not just like saying to God in a prayer, oh, do this for me, which is not intense, first of all. And second of all, it's begging, which shows immediately you don't believe it's going to happen. When you set a third eye intention, you're going into a trance. You're accessing your miracle mind, which is your psychic ability, and all of you have it. I'm not the only one. And then setting from your third eye out to the universe what it is you want. So that's all covered there in detail. So I'm not going to tell you anything more about it. If you do want it, if you need more explanation besides all the resources I put there for you, I am available for private sessions, of course, and also on the radio show, though I can't go into detail here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is a little meditation, and then we'll do a little group message, and then we'll go to the phone line. So I want everybody, it's very, very important. If you're asking for a life question, if you're asking for an other side connection, it's extremely important that you follow the following steps. What I need you to do is sit back, uncross your arms and legs, and go into an open body position, which is symbolic of being open. I would like you to start breathing from your abdominal area, allowing yourself to let go and gently relax the solar plexus. Opening up to spirit, knowing that you are divine and divinely connected. Asking spirit to come through for you this evening and answer your questions. If you desire a life reading or a healing, to do the healing. And secondly, if you're wanting an other side connection, please ask. This is very important, everyone. Please ask that that the loved one you want to come will come in. Right now, ask them in to the room with you. Say hello and ask them to sit next to you, waiting for your turn. Okay? Literally makes a big difference. Really makes a big difference, because there's even though we can't see it, there's a whole lot of energy in the background going on. So ask for them to come in. Okay? And while you do that, I'm going to do the prayer. I'll be back in a second. Good. And now what I need you to do on your next exhale of breath, I need you to release into the space your energy, and I will connect all of us. One moment, please. Okay. Oh, a lot of light pink light. That's a very important color. Light pink is unconditional love. Christ consciousness is very high vibrational frequency. So there's a lot of unconditional love in the audience. Okay, so I'm going to go now and bring in the ones for group message. 1 second, please. We are here. We are the ones. We are your love. We love you, and we are your access to love. We are the ones. We teach you how to love yourself. We teach you how to love others. We teach you about connecting energetically to everyone and to everything that you desire. We would like to remind all of you that you live in a sea of energy. We call this energy love. Energy is the divine connection to the all that is. Energy is your divine connection to create all that you desire. You are not alone in this world. You are not set up to be alone and to suffer. We are here to work with you on every single thing you desire. And so we want to remind you that you have the ability to create just as we do. You're divine beings, you see. You are a co-creator with us. You are not alone. You are not separate. Your suffering is our suffering. Your suffering is others' suffering. You're all connected. So the next time that you feel or that you believe that you are alone, please remember our words today. To end your suffering, remember that you are not alone. You may call upon us at any time to fulfill your wishes and to feel connected. All you need to do is ask for help, and we are there. We are your divine beings, and we love you. Namaste. Okay, well, they're just the real kissy, huggy kind of group now, aren't they? All about love today. All right, so I'm going to go to the first other side connections, and then I will go to the first people who made a donation want life readings. We have Carrie here who called in early and wants an other side connection. Hey, Carrie. Carrie. I'm saying it incorrectly. Please slap me side my head.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
It's Keri, K-E-R-I.
There, just as you did in the donation. And by the way, thank you for the donation.
Welcome. I'm also actually here with my mom. Her name is Patricia. So we're just calling in together tonight for another side connection. And any messages that you have that come through, we're open to.
Okay, let's see what we get for you, my dear. First thing I want to say is I feel that there's a lateral female energy to you in spirit. Okay? It would be more like a sibling to you that's female. Do you understand that, please?
I'm an only child, actually. And my mother does have sisters, but they're both still here on the earth plane, so no one in spirit.
All right. I don't know why I'm getting that, but there's a female. It could be a friend also. Or it could be a friend of your mother also. Let me just see if this person wants to develop. Otherwise, we'll go back. It's for Carrie. Well, okay, there is a feeling of a female, but now I'm also being taken somewhere else. Let me just see who wants to step forward. Okay, so I hear the word father, father, father. So perhaps it is your father or grandfather, someone like that. Let me just develop it, please. It's for Carrie, please. 401 area code.
My father is in spirit, and his mother has passed. He was definitely my mother was like a daughter to her, so it would be her former mother-in-law.
Oh, okay. So what are you saying, honey? I couldn't hear the first words about your father.
My father has passed on as well. My mom and they had been separated at the time, but he passed a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And if there's a female energy, both of my grandmothers are in spirit, but my mother's mother-in-law, meaning my grandmother on my father's side, was pretty much like a best friend to her, and she was like the daughter she never had.
Okay. All right. Well, it felt like it was to you, but maybe it was to your mother, the first female that came in, but now I also hear father. So let me just see who wants to develop over there. Who wants to develop, please, for lovely Carrie? Okay, I keep hearing father, 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 father. Well, you have to step forward, please. Okay, you have to give me some information about you. Okay. First thing I get is a problem in the area of the lungs and the neck area for breathing. Would you understand that for Dad, please?
Yeah.
All right. He feels to me like, and he's saying, I almost suffocated. It was very difficult transition as far as feeling, the feeling of it, the physicality of it. Do you understand that, please?
Yes, he had a very massive heart attack unexpectedly in the middle of the night. So he wasn't found for a few days afterwards. But,
well, I don't know why.
Unexpected.
Okay, but what he's saying is he felt like he was asphyxiating. So I don't know why that would be so, but he gives me the feeling here from the upper chest to the throat as if he cannot get his air. I don't know if that goes along with a heart attack, darling. So I'll just let you know.
Okay.
I'm feeling that's what he's giving me right now. But thank you for that information. I'm going to control you a little bit so you don't give me too much information. I appreciate that. We want him to provide that info for us. He's showing me something else too. That when this is very odd. Couple of things. One thing is, did he have trouble? Did he have shaking in his hands as he got older? Like if he were to write or something like that, did his hands tremble at all, honey? He shows me that.
No. I mean, he died rather young for his age, but I believe he was very stressed.
Very stressed, you think that might mean? Okay, because he shows me trying to write and his hand is shaking and trembling.
His handwriting changed. His handwriting took on a different form.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And then he also says something about wearing his heart on his sleeve. He was very emotional, and everybody knew he knew that he was emotional. He couldn't hold his feelings in. Okay, so I'm just kind of going along, I guess, with what you said, but I also want you to know that he says to me he was very, very emotional. He couldn't hold his stress, and he couldn't hold his feelings in. He was very vocal about the things that were bothering him. He was very upset about money at that time in his life. He couldn't get things right for you, the family, everyone. Do you understand that, please?
Yeah.
Okay. He also looks like he's slight of build in the vision he gives me of himself. In other words, he's not overweight, he's slender. Do you understand that, please?
Yeah.
Okay. He also looks like he's of average height to medium height. Do you understand that, please?
Yeah.
Okay, medium build, medium height, good guy, family man. He has a Santa hat on to show joviality and also kindness, and a couple of other things go along with that. It's a symbol, okay, of him just being a generous person, and for the most part, I believe he means more happy-go-lucky, but at this time in his life, not so. But people looked at him as a giver, and him not being able to give, in other words, having these financial difficulties, was not just about money, but also not being able to fulfill that role as parent and husband and everything else. So it makes it very difficult for him. Makes sense, please?
Yeah.
All right. He loves you all. He loves you both very, very much, of course. He's happy that you called him in today. There's a couple of other things going on. I need to try to say them before he goes into personal message. I don't know how to interpret this. He shows me a woman wearing, well, of course, I'm wearing something on my ears right now, a headpiece, but as if, okay, Mom, what's your mother's name, honey?
Patricia, she's right here.
Hi, Patricia,
Hello.
honey. Hi, love. Are you having trouble hearing messages from your husband? Do you have trouble getting any
Yes, I am.
Yeah, because he shows me a woman with earmuffs on as if she can't hear him, and I thought that he might maybe you're not able to hear him at all. Or, let me see something else. And he's also against that decision you made recently to do something. There's something that you're working on. You made a decision to do something. He's trying to give you ideas, or I don't know. It's very unusual. Huh?
We were divorced and I got remarried, and I'm sort of having trouble and doubts about this one.
Oh, okay. Well, he shows me that he tries to warn you, and you don't get his warnings, okay, about things you want to do, and that kind of a thing. He does care about you, even though you got divorced and all that. He does care about you very much. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to be able to do, live the life that's right for you. So he's sorry that you can't hear him when he tries to talk to you from spirit. And today, Carrie, you included, he wants to see if he can improve that communication. He also said something, I didn't say this before, but was Dad a good communicator? Did he write or something like that for a living? Was he a writer or something? There's something about writing with him.
No, it's funny you say that, because it was very difficult for him to communicate. And I believe, like myself, Carrie, I got very close to him right before his unexpected passing. He'd been able to communicate a little bit more, but I think that may have been one of those things he learned afterwards, that he should have been able to communicate a little bit more openly, if you will.
Okay. Did he write you a letter or something at that time? Did he write you a letter?
No, my grandmother had written me letters, and he was unable to get them for my uncle. And still, not a point of contention, if you will, but my grandmother has passed on as well, and I've always wondered about those letters. So that's the only thing that can make sense to me regarding that.
All right, let's leave it alone, because it's a little far-fetched. But there was a word writing came through before, so I didn't really follow up on it. Okay, let's just go forward.
I've been told by other people to do some automatic writing, but I'm not very sure how to do that. So I'm not sure if that might be it. But I feel like he's around me a lot, and I know my mom has been having moments where she's felt his presence, and I know that it's just strength to help her get through where she's at now.
Okay, so that might be it, because he's wanting to. The purpose for today, we're going to try to be succinct because we've got a lot of people waiting. Is that he's wanting to be able to communicate better with the both of you. And somebody told you should try to do automatic writing. So let me just go back to Daddy, okay, and see what he wants to say about this. The first thing I get is a sense. These are not his words. They're like he's frustrated because he tries to communicate and nobody hears him. Okay, very, very frustrating for him. Do you have? You said you don't have any siblings. You're the only child, right, Carrie?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a son?
No.
Okay. There's a feeling of a younger boy in spirit with him. Okay, just want you to know that. I don't know where that goes in or how that fits. Maybe somebody in the family lost a child or something, and I'm not going to develop that.
I did. I had a miscarriage, but I wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know if it was male or female. Okay. All right. So that's just one little thing that came in. I'm trying to give you everything that I get, but I can't give you everything because we don't have that much time. But anyway, let me just finish with this communication. Okay. So, Dad, how are you going to communicate with him? Just listen for me more. Pay attention more. I have been trying to communicate with both of you as much as I can. And he said, and so interesting because you said he wasn't a good communicator on Earth. So now what he's trying to do from spirit is communicate with you. Go figure, right? Go figure. He says, I will be sending you ideas and I will be sending you thoughts about many different things, Carrie and Patricia. Both of you will be getting messages from me in the near future about what to do with your lives. Both of you have decisions to make, important decisions to make. Just pay attention to your dreams more. Ask me to come in and I will be there for you. I'll be giving you as best I can information. Now, Dad, is there any symbols or signs that you might want to use with them? Let me just see this, please. Most of the time that he comes in, it's with lights in the house, flickering of lights in the house. Have you ever noticed that, please?
Yes, actually, I had a light bulb go out yesterday.
Okay.
I
All right.
have to go buy some light bulbs, actually. It reminded me.
All right.
Often.
Okay. So that's what his main. So if you have a supply of light bulbs, it would be easier. But when you want to ask him a question, and something goes wrong with the lighting, that's him saying yes. Okay, that's a symbol or a sign from that he's hearing you. And we'll just assume it's a yes. Let me just double check with him. If the light goes out, is that a yes, Dad? It's an agreement. Yes, it's an agreement. So pay attention to the lighting in the house and you will have better communication with him. Okay, my dears?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling in. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we're going to go to somebody else who made a donation, who wanted an other side connection, I think it was. Well, we have somebody who wants an other side connection. We got a lot of people wanting other side connections. Okay, so we don't have anybody made a donation that wants another side connection. So we do have people that made donations. We have Taya, we have Jackie, and I just want to make sure I have the other one. The one from 215, where does she go? Oh, that's Jackie. Okay, I did this one already. Oh, okay. No, I only have 3? I thought I had 4. Okay, I'll look back on that in a little while. Let me just go to the next other side connection. I have to find the person who's waiting longest. If I sound like I'm a dodo, I am. Hold on. We've got Richard. We've got Christine, who I believe has been waiting the longest. And we've got Serena. Yeah, okay, so it's Christine who's been waiting the longest for an other side connection, and then I will go to mixed messages, which will include some other sides, so don't despair. Okay, Christine, hello, darling. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I sound a little disorganized, right? All right.
I know the feeling.
Oh, God. It's a lot to coordinate. And plus, I have to keep one foot in another dimension. So it's a lot going on. I'm glad I have Susie here. She's a doll. Okay. Now, I felt before there was a mother figure for you when I talked to you in the queue. Let me just see what I get now. Hold on. Christine 954. Who is here for Christine? A love. Okay, a lover or a love. Have you lost somebody that's close to you that's more lateral, honey, like a husband or spouse or someone like that, love?
My stepbrother.
Your stepbrother. Brother, okay. Is that who you're well, let me just go to that because let me go to the brother. Okay, somebody more in your age group. He's a real love to you, though. Were you close to your stepbrother?
We had just gotten back together. Yeah.
You were close to him. Okay. Well, let me go to that. Hold on. Let me see here. Okay, there's a sense of this person having more of an olive complexion and brown hair with some kind of curl to it. Do you understand that, please, for this man?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Almost like looking Hispanic, or just had an olive complexion, or with a little bit of a tan to it, and also very musical. Do you understand music for this person? Very, very musical.
Okay.
You don't understand, honey. I need to know just yes or no if you understand him being musical.
No.
That's fine. You can say no, honey. The reason I say that is he's wearing a headset on his head, and he likes to listen to music. Okay, so maybe he's not playing it, but he likes to listen to it. Okay, so you probably understand that.
Oh, okay.
And then he says to me that he did it a lot. He really was always involved with music, listening to it. And he also says not listening to other people, listening more to his music that's coming on over the airways versus other people and friends and family, you included. He says he's sorry if this to you. I'm sorry that I ignored you a lot. He says I was always preoccupied with myself and things I like to do, but not as much with you and things that you like to do. He says I really didn't give you enough time or attention. And it goes from listening to music to paying attention to himself and doing what he likes to do, and not really being all that compassionate to others around him. Do you understand that, honey? Does that make sense to you, please?
Yeah.
All right. He also seems to have his hair very short around the ears and around the back, but on the top it's like a little bit longer. Something about the hair is kind of interesting. You understand that from his style?
Yeah.
All right. And he's very calm most of the time. He doesn't make a lot of waves, doesn't bother people, keeps to himself a lot, sort of hide it. Well, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he seems to be saying something here about hiding things, not letting people know everything that's going on in his mind, in his thoughts, what he really feels about things. At least you've been thinking about that, Christine, since he's been gone, because there's a lot of things around or surrounding his passing that don't really make a lot of sense to you. Does that make sense to you now, please?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He says, I really didn't let people in on my heart, what I was doing, why I was alone so much, and why I was thinking about myself. Introvert, he uses the word introverted a lot. It wasn't apparent to others that he was introverted when this was going on, but in effect, and we look back now, and we look at the circumstances, we realize that he was not sharing a lot of things that are going on in his mind with other people. And there also is the word tragedy around this. Where he's thinking very karmically or in a very negative way. Does that make sense to you, please?
Yes.
Oh, okay. He's sorry for what he did. He's sorry for this situation. He's sorry for the way it worked out. He didn't really mean to do it. Let me just get this right. I didn't really mean to do it, honey, the way it came about. He says, however, in a way I did mean to do it. And there's a sense of taking responsibility for his passing in some way. I also get the name Dan, or a D name that goes with him or around the situation. Do you understand, please?
Yeah.
Okay. He loves you very much. He's sorry. Very, very sorry. And the words seem to be something about him doing something to himself that created this passing. Do you understand that, please?
Yeah.
All right. He says it was a karmic thing. He says now he understands that he's in spirit on the other side, that there was no way that he really could have gotten through the past life, the one that he knew you in, without this outcome. And so he doesn't mean to be fatalistic about it, but he also wants to free you and everyone who's thinking about it to know that there was nothing you could have done to change or stop it. He says it was meant to be this way, and that he's in acceptance of it, and he wants everyone else to be so. Okay. Now, I know that's hard for you to understand, perhaps, Christine, but he's trying to say that because he wants to give people, I guess, a closure about it. You know, we all think when we're the ones living and that other person has transitioned, we think, was there something we could have done to stop it? And so what he's trying to say is, no. There would have been no way anyone would have been able to stop it. He said he was on that path It calls it self-destruction, and he was unable to really control himself. There's something about roses and flowers. He gives some to you. He says something about, I don't know if he's making a mistake here, but is tomorrow your birthday, honey?
Yesterday was.
Yesterday was your birthday. Okay, so that's what he's saying. He's giving you flowers. Okay, he's giving you flowers for your birthday. Not only was it Mother's Day, but also was your birthday. So he loves you very, very much, Christine, and he wants to come in to give you this evidence so that you can have some closure too. Okay?
Yes.
All right, sweetheart. God bless, love. And I'm so sorry for your loss, honey. Bye-bye, love.
Okay.
Yes, sweetheart. God bless.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. It's always very difficult when we have a loss. But when we have a loss that we feel slip through our fingers, so difficult. Okay, I'm going to go to Taya. I think I'm saying it correctly. Please forgive me. Did I say that incorrectly, honey? Give me your name again.
It's Tanya. It's okay.
How do you say it, love?
Tanya.
Taya. Okay. And on your receipt, it was even a different name, which is a very beautiful name, but I guess you nickname yourself Taya. Taya, that's beautiful.
Yes.
All right. So go ahead, honey, and just give me your question. Not a lot of background, okay? Go ahead.
Just wanted to know, what's coming up for me as far as next steps as far as career or education.
Okay, so you want to know what's coming up for your career and education. Let's look at that. I like to start with a yes, no, so I'm going to be silent for a moment and make one up. Hold on. You're on the right path. I'm asking Spirit if you're on the right path. The decisions you've made recently about your career are correct for you. They also use the word health in there as if there's something to do with your own, well, it's mental health, just the way you feel about things. You're going to be more constructive in the use of your time from this point forward. You will be using your time wisely. You have made good decisions that will take you far in life. And there's a sense to this, Taya, as if you might have a feeling that you've wasted time or that you're sorry you didn't get started sooner on these career choices. Does that make sense to you, please?
Yes.
Yeah. You're a very loving person, Spirit wants you to know. You needed the time to heal yourself before you were ready to make this transitionary move into your next phase of your life. There's a lot of destruction. Yeah, there's a lot of destruction, a lot of things you had to go through. You might feel you made some bad decisions, but it also feels to me like you were a victim. Okay? You're a victim in very, very negative circumstances. You understand, please?
Yes.
All right. And so now you're being healed and you're being helped by your guides to get going on the next phase of your life. Soon you will be independent financially. You won't have to rely on anyone, and you'll be getting started on your new life. The career choices that you've made are very wise, and your guides are waiting and working with you. Okay, my dear?
Okay. So is medical school a yes?
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's interesting. Because I kept hearing health, and I thought it was your health, but I guess that's what they meant was med school. Well, it's going to be, are you ready to go? Because it feels like it's a while out before you get to med school. You have a lot to do still. Is that what you have to go through a lot to get there?
Yes.
All right, well, let's just see something here. Well, you want to help and heal. You want to use your brains. You're very smart, very kind, very giving. It'll work out is the main reason it's not a question of whether or not it's the right career choice. It's a question of whether or not you'll survive, financially, whether money will be there, whether you'll be able to get the loans, whether you're able to get the grades. The grades will be there. The money will be there. You will be getting some kind of a federal grant to help you, and you will be able to do this. Another thing is you will have the energy. You have a good, strong physique, okay? So just take it one little step at a time, digesting each thing as it comes. And yes, it is a good choice for you, honey. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Bye-bye. Wow, that's a courageous choice. It's hard to do, go to medical school. Phew. Good for her. Okay, I'm going to Jackie, who's made a donation. Thank you, Jackie, for your donation. It goes in part to help animals. And thank you, Taya, who I didn't say that before. Hello. Hi, honey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. So go ahead, sweetheart, and just give me your question. No background.
All right, so I'm in a career transition. I'm middle-aged, and I am going to take the leap and do an internship in September, which means I have to quit my full-time job. And I'm wondering what finances look like, and if this whole thing is going to be okay.
Yeah. Okay. How come your name sounds so familiar to me? Jesus. That...
Well, you've done a reading for me before.
Okay.
I've had a pleasure.
Yeah, no, but it's even more than that. Something about you that's... Okay, so let me just go deeper. Jackie, right. Jackie, oh, Jackie. Hold on. Is this going to work out for her? Yes or no? Well, I do feel that you're going to be... Yes, it's going to work out. But you will probably get a part-time job during that period. That's what I'm getting. And you will like the job very much. It won't be very taxing. It'll let you get some studying done or whatever the heck you're going to need to do. So it'll all work well together, and the parts will fit together, and you'll be able to coordinate everything, your time, your home, your family, everything that you need to do. And then at the end of the tunnel, I think you said it's going to be about a 6-month transition. Is that what you said, love, or am I just hearing that now? I hear 6 months.
No, I don't start until September, but I'm going to quit my job in July. So, and I have to intern for about a year.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure why I get a 6-month number here, but maybe that's because you're not going to be making any really decent money for 6 months. But I don't know. I get 6 months is going to be a little tight. Let's put it that way. But you're going to like the work very much. You are going to get along with it, and it's going to get along with you. It's a breath of fresh air, and it's something that you've really always wanted to do versus had to do. So it's good that you're doing it.
Right.
You know, it's good that you're doing it.
I applied for an assistantship at school to make it easier for finances and whatnot. Does that look like it's going to happen?
What's it called? An assistantship, did you say?
Yeah, like where you work at school and you get like classes for...
Oh, maybe that's the part-time job. All right, let's go to that. Because I see you in a part-time job as you go through this transition. Is it in the school, yes or no? Is she going to get that job, yes or no? Yes, that's the one. And I see something like 2-3 days a week. And a modest amount of money, not a lot of money, but it helps a lot with the bills and also with the, tuition. So you're going to like it all, and you're going to feel free. You're going to feel free and optimistic. And, of course, you have some money saved, so that'll help as well. It's a whole new beginning, whole new lease on life, love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea, girlfriend. Yeah, good idea. All right, honey. God bless. Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm going to go to the person who's been waiting the longest. Looks like, hold on. I got to be careful here because it's difficult to see sometimes. It looks like it's Lynn, who's been waiting a very long time. And before I do that, let me just double check something that I haven't left anyone out. Looks like there's somebody who made a donation that I don't know about. Stephanie, oh no, no, I got everybody. Okay, good. Okay, going to Lynn. Hi, Lynn. How are you, sweetheart?
Hi, Laura. I'm great. How are you?
I'm really, really, really good, darling. So go ahead and ask me your question. Just ask me your question. Don't give me background. Go ahead.
Okay. You told me the last time we spoke, you mentioned as far as my health, you mentioned acid. And so my question is, what would be the best eating plan, for my health right now to get rid of the acid?
I said acid, ACID. Is that what I said?
Yes.
Oh, in your stomach area? Okay, let me.
And it was true, yeah.
It was true? Okay, fine. Thank you, honey. Okay, so your area code 424, Lynn's the name. Let me just go. I need that for vibrational. Okay, what can she eat? The first thing I get is you're eating a lot of dairy. Are you still eating dairy, honey?
Actually, I had cut it out some time ago, but 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? Anyway, a couple of days ago, I did have a nice amount of dairy.
Oh, all right. Well, that for some reason or other upsets your equilibrium in your stomach, and that's one of the major problems. Let me see what else. So stay away from dairy as much as possible. Drink a lot of fluids. I'm looking at stress, and I'm also looking at gluten. I don't know yet. Hold on. This is for Lynn.
Yes.
Hold on. Shh, let me just see. So there's stress in your life, honey.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what you need to do is so any foods that you eat that are not, they're not healthy for the stomach, a normal stomach. A lot of people are allergic or they don't digest dairy well because if you look at a paleo diet, man during those years, during thousands and thousands of years as a hunter-gatherer was not eating dairy. So dairy is not digested well. Okay, so that's one thing. The second, so what I'm saying is when you're under stress, you're hypersensitive to foods that would not, other people may be able to digest it if they're not stressed. But if you are stressed, it makes it even more difficult. The other thing is gluten is also difficult for you. It's like a rock in your stomach. So you need to be vigilant in terms of gluten. Okay, it's very hard for you to get that digested. And then the third thing is the stress level needs to be cut down. I hear something at work is very difficult. You might feel like you don't have any recourse or any way to manage you're under, the stress you're under. However, you can, let me just see something here. This is for Lynn, 424. Does she, don't say anything, honey, just let me say something. You're not meditating, are you, honey? You're not meditating.
I try to do it as, I get up early in the morning and I chant, I make my chants, but somehow, my thoughts begin to, go to the issues at hand, and
I hear you.
I do try. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you a little story. I'm hopefully going to make it succinct, and because I want to get another caller at least in. But I want to tell you a little story. I was under a lot of stress at work in the 1990s, and I thought I was going to lose my job after being there for 6 years with a perfect reputation and very high performance reviews, and they changed my manager, and all of a sudden I was like biting my fingernails. He was micromanaging me, and I felt like he was out to get me. And I had secured some investments with the company, and if I didn't finish my time with the company, I would lose everything I worked for. So I was nervous. So I went to a spiritual counselor, and he taught me how to do mindful meditation. So I want you to learn how to do mindful meditation. You may need to go to somebody who will work with you and check you every week to make sure you're doing it right until you get it right. But you need that guideline, because what happened then, what I found, and what I want everyone to know is when we learn how to meditate, the problems that we're in disappear. Now, that manager got transferred. I didn't have to do anything. He just transferred out. And our reality is not set. Okay? Our reality is not set. So I would recommend that you do learn how to meditate, because the first thing you're going to do is you're going to be less stressed, and your stomach's not going to bother you. And the second thing is, who knows, maybe your work situation will actually get better. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right, sweetheart.
Absolutely.
Okay, honey.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you, love. I'm going to let you go now. Bye. Okay, and so I'm going to go to Serena, who's been waiting a very, very long time and wants an other side connection. Serena.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so you're wanting another side connection. Let's see what we get there for you, darling. Hold on. Serena,
Okay.
Serena 954. Okay, so there's a female here that's presenting from spirit. You're not the Serena who I brought in the mother for a few times, are you, honey?
No.
Okay.
This is my first time calling. Let's know you.
You do? That's scary. She knows me and I don't know her. Okay.
If I tell you, remember we did the energy meetup. So we've been going back and forth.
Oh, Serena! Serena, the serene one. Oh, God, there's a cute story that goes with that if we have time later on. So I'll talk about that. Okay. Hold on, Serena. So now there is a mother figure for you, darling. Okay, there's a mother figure for you. That could mean a grandma. I know you're kind of young, but it's a female for you. Let me see who this is. It also could be an aunt if it's not your exact mom, okay, because there's a sense of it being a little bit to the side. It could be a grand aunt, it could be a grandmother, it could be your mother, it could be an aunt. Let me just get a clarity on it, first of all.
Okay.
All right, hold on. There's a lot of exhaustion with this person before she transitions, unable to get her health back, feeling very, very tired, and having trouble, just getting that vitality back. So there's a sense of loss of vitality, unable to breathe. That's the first thing she shows me. I'm not seeing her just yet. Hold on. Did you ask for someone to come in, honey?
Yeah, I did actually the whole time.
All right. All right. There's also a sense of a male that is younger also to you, or younger, that's in spirit with this older person, this older woman, as if you have a younger brother or younger friend or just a male that's to you that's in spirit. Does that, I didn't tell you much about it, but do you know of anyone offhand that you've been asking for like that?
My brother, he would only be younger because I'm older now. But when he passed, he was older than me, so I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, that's fine. And so he has a sense. No, that's who it is then. Okay, get a sense of this male. So the other females that weren't developed, they weren't developing themselves. In other words, I had a sense that there were older females with him, family members, with him. But they wanted me to see him. They don't want to give me the messages. They want me to develop him for you because he's the most important one right now. So let me just go to him, please. Okay. Please give me, okay. One of the things he says is he had quite an appetite growing up. He loved to eat. I don't see him as heavy or anything like that, but just a voracious appetite for life, for food, and for fun. Very playful, similar to you in that, or he calls it organic chemistry of beings. He's got an interesting way of speaking. I don't see him yet. I just get this appetite for life. Very playful, very fun, very carefree attitude about things. Devil may care one way or the other. Took risks, out playing a lot in the neighborhood, around the block, wherever the heck he lived. He's given me all these ideas about himself. Now, so I kind of know you. I know you're playful and carefree, but he's saying that about himself too. He also shows me that he liked to skateboard and that he was out in the neighborhood a lot, and that maybe people didn't know always where he was or what he was doing. 90 seconds. I'm going to stay on the phone with you, okay? And the show will continue to record, so don't worry about that. You didn't hear it, but we only have 90 seconds with Blog Talk. Yeah. So the first thing is I see him doing fun things as a young man, a boy, skateboarding, not always around. You don't know where he is sometimes, in and out of the house, doing his thing. Then he shows me himself doing another thing, and it's like he's a teenager now. Okay, I'm just letting it develop 60 seconds the way it needs to develop. He's showing me, and he starts to do a little pot. Okay, he's doing a little pot, showing me that too. He's a little fresh. Okay. Little fresh, doing his thing. He says not answering back to folks, just thinking I'm wise and that I know I know what's right for me, or I'm just taking risks. I'm doing my own thing. I wonder where he's going with all this, Serena. He says I don't either. He says, I was able to get out of the house and do my own thing, come and go, and be the man that I thought I was. Now, you said he was an older brother to you, but now you're older than him, right? When he passed.
Right.
Right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So he's just saying that he's like a man, he's trying to be a man. He does his things, he takes risks with his health too, and he's not around the house a lot. He's doing his thing. And all of a sudden, he gives me the impression that doing his thing and not being around the house a lot makes him not come home one day. Does that make sense to you, please?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm not really sure right now.
All right. What I mean by that is, I don't get the impression of illness taking his life. I get the impression of risk taking his life. He doesn't come home.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
All right. He's out doing his thing, taking risks, having fun with the boys, with his buddies, whatever, and doing things that he shouldn't be doing. And now I see him speeding or doing something with either motorcycle wheels or car, something in that capacity. And then that's the thing that gets him into trouble. And I think that's the thing that creates a transition for him. Do you understand, please?
No, I didn't know that about him. That's probably something he kept to himself.
Okay. Well, what I'm getting is he takes risks and he gets into an accident. That's what I'm getting.
Well, he definitely does take risks, but I don't remember him getting into an accident. It might have happened and I never knew about it. That's possible.
No, I mean for his transition. So I'm being very blunt here. So if you don't know that he died in an accident, I just need to go back to him again. Okay.
Yeah, no, I know how he died, and that's not how he died.
Okay. So he takes risks with his health. Okay, so let me go back. He takes risks with his health. He's in and out of trouble all the time. Nobody really knows about it. He's not sharing with anyone. The risks with his health was causal to the transition because he did things he didn't want anybody to know about. And it seems to be, hold on, that there's something going on with his health. Now, health means mental, okay, not physical, because we already ascertained he didn't have a disease per se. You know what I mean? He didn't have cancer or something like that. But he keeps going on about this health. He's doing things that are not healthy for him, and he foreshadowed a little bit with drugs. So it might have been something to do with that or taking a risk with his health with drugs, but he's not giving me the full, he's not giving me opening his full kimono to tell me exactly what happened. But then finally he transitions and he goes to spirit, and he says people were over the moon with grief. Nobody really knew what to do about it. It was not easy for anyone to get used to in the family that I had done this to myself. So now he just slipped the words out, done this to myself, which means that there's some responsibilities taking for his transition. Do you understand, please?
Yes, I do.
Okay. It seems to me drug related. Does that make sense, please?
No, it's not.
Okay. But the issue with health, mental health, does that make sense then?
If it does, I never knew he hit it really well, so I couldn't tell.
Okay. Well, he's not telling me everything. He's not clear. Okay, I'm giving you the best I can get from him, which is an admittance that he does something that creates his transition. He takes responsibility in some way for his transition. He doesn't want to talk about it right now. Okay, really? Okay, let me see what he's going to say about that.
I figured he probably, I don't think he wants to tell you. I know, but I don't think he wants to tell you.
Well, obviously he does.
That's what it is.
Yeah, let me just let him finish that sentence, okay? I don't really want to talk about it right now because it would be very difficult for me to speak about these things at this point in my own life and where I am now. He says, yes, I'm in the spirit world. He says, I still have a life. He says, but I'm really not ready to take full responsibility for everything that I did to myself and everyone else. I am still in a transitionary phase. So what he's saying is he's still kind of like he's still, to me, the way it's coming through is he's not reconciled it yet of what he actually did. And it's difficult for him to talk about it right now. He says, Oh, I forgive you, Serena, for all the things you did to help me. I don't know what he means by that. I forgive you for all the times you tried to help me. Please forgive me for what I did to myself. I know it's difficult for you to think about this. I know it's difficult for you to accept this. I also want you to know that you have none of what I had, and it's not something you can catch from me. Okay, I'm sorry, but those are the words he's saying, honey. There's nothing that it's not. You understand that, honey? Oh, I'm so sorry, honey, for your loss. I'm so sorry for your loss. He says, you won't catch it from me. He says, it's nothing that you will ever have that I had. He says, I'm so sorry for the way I took my life. It was a tragedy for you and everyone else. I didn't mean to do it to myself because now I realize I did it to everyone else. He says, I love you very much, Serena. Please take care of yourself, honey. He says, your head is in my hands now, and I give you a big kiss. Give you a big kiss. So his last words here is about being so sorry, sweetheart, for what he did. Okay? And I'm so sorry, honey, for your loss as well.
Is there anything else he wants to tell me?
Let me see, honey. Hold on. Is there anything else you want to say? There's also a J name that comes in around this, like a Jack or John or Joseph, something like that. I don't know whose name that is, or if you recognize it right now, but I just want you to know I get that name suddenly. Is there anything you want to say to your beautiful sister Serena? Because you've wiped away her serenity, okay? He says to me, you know what I mean, Serena. He says, take care of yourself. He says, I love you all so much. He says, there's nothing really more to say other than I still exist. And he gives me a feeling when he says the words of like depart, like as if you're all feeling this departure, but he's not departed. He's not departed. He's around. He's around everyone. He's still around. He's even around the house. And he also shows me a dog. It's like a beige dog. It's kind of big. It's kind of with him in spirit, this dog. He takes care of the dog, the family dog. It's a family dog that's with him. Does it make any sense to you, honey?
No, I can't. I can't think of any dogs right now.
All right. Well, there's a beige dog that's with him. Okay. I just want you to know. Maybe. Oh, it's a friend's dog. Somebody lost a dog recently. It's one of his friends. He says, "I love you very much." He says, "I have nothing more to say right now other than I love you. Please take care of yourself. I'm not gone. I'm just in a different place." Okay. I'm not gone. I'm just in a different place. I wish I could just, give you something to really give you some kind of soothing, Serena, but the best I can do is just give you his words and the feelings I get from him, which is a feeling right now of helplessness to try to soothe you and let you know he really does exist and he hasn't really gone anywhere. He's just changed form. Okay? Just changed form and shape.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
My heart goes out to you, my dear. Thank you so much for calling into the show, honey, and many blessings to you. God bless.
Thank you, Lord. I appreciate it.
Sure, honey. Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. It's so difficult, especially when you start to cry during a radio show. That I know it must be very, very difficult for people that we're bringing these things up about. And I want to thank people for trusting in the process and coming to the show to listen to these stories. If you would like a private session with me, just go to booklaura.com and in the event code field, put radio show and you'll get 33% more time, a third more time with your payment, which comes out to be a 25% discount. I will be doing another show this week on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you all for tuning in. Namaste. Bye-bye. Wow.